And next week, the House will resume its sessions for one last time before it adjourns for the campaign of the May 2013 elections. 9 session days in 3 weeks. Will the House have sufficient time to pass pending bills? Has the House finally lived up to the expectations of our people of representing our interests? And joining us tonight live on NewsLife is Deputy Speaker Lorenzo Erin Tañada. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Angel.
Sir, now that the syntax law and the reproductive health law are being implemented to benefit our people, what other bills are pending in Congress?
Well, right now, what is undergoing bicameral conference committee is the martial law compensation bill that is supposed to compensate or give reparations to the victims of martial law. We're hoping that the bicameral conference committee can complete its report by Wednesday, so that the report may be approved and ratified by both chambers during the 9 session days of Congress.
So let's try to look at this one by one. You've mentioned about the human rights victims of martial law. What do you think why did it take this long before it has been approved?
Well, if we go back, it should have been approved in 2007 when the bicameral conference committee approved its report. The Senate ratified the report. The House did not, again, due to a failure of quorum. In 2010, during the 14th Congress, the House failed to pass on third reading its version of the martial law compensation bill. Now, in the 15th Congress, there's a great possibility that this may be enacted into law. This is one bill that the President said should be enacted so that we can put closure to what the martial law victims had experienced.
So, sir, as soon as its report by Wednesday, we are confident that this will be passed before the end of 15th Congress?
Yes, we have 9 session days, as earlier mentioned, from January 21 up to February 6. And if I'm not mistaken, there are 3 session days in June before the life of the 15th Congress officially terminates.
Sir, aside from that, we are sure that you are also an advocate of the Freedom of Information Bill. This has been a very controversial measure in the House. So the Senate has approved its own version. So do you see, what reasons do you see that could possibly delay its approval now?
Well, right now, the only obstacle that we foresee is if there's a lack of quorum during the 9 session days of the House of Representatives. The chairman of the committee, Congressman Ben Everdon, is set to sponsor the bill once Congress resumes on January 21. As a matter of fact, before the reproductive health bill was ratified, he was already scheduled to deliver his sponsorship speech. But the problem, he was not given the opportunity. So we see this opportunity coming on Monday, January 21st.
So, sir, what do you say about the right to reply provision of Congressman Everdone?
Well, it's not sponsored by Congressman Ben Everdone. It's sponsored by Congressman Rudy Antonino, and of course, it will go through a debate, interpellation, and if majority of the congressmen will approve it, despite our objections, then we have no other choice but to include it. But if it loses the vote, then it would be not included in the FOI.
Sir, how about the K-12 for education, the K-12 bill? It has also been approved in the House. So how do you think this will govern the reforms in our education system?
Well, we have to wait. We have to wait for the approval of the Senate. As a matter of fact, I visited the office of Secretary Armin Luistro the other day, and I informed him that they have to at least pass version of the K-12 at least during the first week of sessions starting next week, so that it has an opportunity to be ratified by both chambers after a bicameral conference committee. So he took note of that, and he reminded his staff to again talk to the senators that this bill should be acted immediately.
So how long do you think, sir, this would take?
Well, if according to according to Secretary Armin, it would just take, I think there's only one more interpellation to be conducted by one senator, and it would be voted upon by, if I'm not mistaken, on second reading. And after that, then usually it's just the period of amendments that can be concluded in 1 or 2 session days.
So it's election period as well, 2013. Is there a move to push there's a move to push the gun control law. Do you think this can be done in 3 weeks?
I don't think there's not enough time to discuss this. Preliminaries may be conducted, but I think it would be up to the 16th Congress to pursue the subject matter.
Sure, one problem we face as well, the House has approved so many bills, but sometimes the Senate fails to enact on it. So how do you reach a compromise with this?
Well, again, there has to be good coordination between the House and the Senate. Bills that also pass the Senate sometimes do not pass also the House. And so what happens here is they would have to start all over again in the 16th Congress. And there has to be better coordination in both chambers so that both chambers can work simultaneously.
Sir, how about a final word from you, especially the priorities of the 15th Congress before it ends?
Well, of course, I would like to remind my colleagues that we still have 9 session days to go. I hope that they remember their responsibilities. Campaign period for the congressional seats won't start till the end of March. So I think with these 9 session days, a lot may be achieved if they attend sessions.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your evening with us. That was Deputy Speaker Tañada. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Angel.